You need to learn how to part and braid. Just
Part and braid. That's
braid it up and do what you gotta do.
We're gonna do our femme topic.
Get it?
Topic.
All
Literal
right.
genius.
Like
Appreciate the genius.
You know what? I feel like future generations are gonna find this video
Yes.
and appreciate
Yeah.
the genius and
Yeah.
the wordplay.
Yes.
So it's not for y'all to get right now.
That's right.
This is for like your great grandchildren.
How optimistic. Oh God, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be listening to this underwater.
Yes.
That's what this says. Yeah.
But basically, we're gonna talk about what's going on the lesbian internets. You know, on the lesbian internets right now.
It was a mess. It was a little bit of mess. There was a clip circulating from a podcast of some lesbians that we don't know their names.
We don't know them.
And they were discussing the topic of female body hair. They were bush shaming.
Bush shaming. And not the bush that we like to shame. Right? Not the bush that did 9/11.
Not the bush that got the shoe thrown at
Not
him.
the bush that got the shoe thrown at him. Not the bush that left the children behind.
Not the bush that can't spell potato.
No. the good bush. And this is the thing. Like they were saying, they were like, well, I just like, if it's hygienic, I think it's just more hygienic if you don't have hair down there. And like sometimes when you
go to the bathroom
and then you come back, there's a little, like, it's called seasoning.
just a little bone broth.
Grow up. And y'all have been eating, like white people chicken. And it's time for y'all to get some seasoning in there.
Yeah, you need to get seasoning in your chicken and seasoning in your bush. That is... But seriously, I feel like bald kitty can be just as unhygienic. Like
more so because the methods that you're using to remove it are either like probably full of like toxins, or they can be ripping at your skin. That's very sensitive skin. It could be like causing blisters and bleeds. Like I have paid the price for a wax back in my day with a yeasties. I did get, like it's bad.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a different thing. I was in Southeast Asia and I was like traveling through, and I had already had one and recovered from one and from like traveling on a train, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to the beach. I want to have it like a little, a
little tame.
And she ripped my, and so, and then of course the yeast infection came back because that hair serves a purpose.
Yeah.
And whatever, like everybody's got their personal preference for how they but this is the thing. You're gay. Like I keep saying, like we's free. Like
lesbians are supposed to be more understanding of what we go through already to like live up to these standards of like whatever cleanliness that society puts on us.
Like, and aren't you supposed to, like, as a queer person, like, aren't you supposed to redefine those standards? Like, your brain is a little, to me, if you view the standard of coochie beauty as bald and raw chicken, then I think that comes from what you've been watching, which is corn. Whatever.
Corn. I mean, you already said coochie, so it's fine.
I think you can say coochie.
My thought is when I heard the whole like debate about like the anti-body hair and stuff like that, is this kind of like the clean girl aesthetic, like making its way into the lesbian community by form of like shaming bush?
Maybe. I think what it really is comp het. I really think it's comp het. I think it's a lot of people have not like unpacked the things that they've gotten from like part of this is supposed to be like part of your queer understanding of the world and queering your politic and queering your beauty standards has to be unraveling the reasons why they place certain standards for women and for genders and for like that's got to be part of it. You got to do that. You can't just show up and bitches get money. It's not that. And then like you haven't queered everything, right? And that includes your beauty standards. And I'm sorry, hygiene has nothing to do with it. For years, for generations upon generations upon generations, coochies were
hairy,
full of hair. Yeah. That was the point of it. That's where it was the point of it. And it protects you. That hair protects, you know what I mean? That hair protects against infection and disease. That hair is like, it's a part of it for a reason.
Yeah. And it's one thing for like, you know, I know people have their own preference about what they want for their own
themselves,
body.
yes.
But for you to shame another person, like, that rubs me the wrong way. So it's like, yeah, you could be bald or like whatever. Do what you want to do, what makes you feel comfortable.
Yes.
But don't be shaming and body shaming and making like somebody else's choices being seen as like unhygienic or dirty or contaminated.
The coochie itself has always been fraught with that, like the idea that it is dangerous and gross and unhygienic. Like that is like one of the foundations of misogyny is to shame the coochie. Like, I don't think they were intentionally trying to be shameful. I think they think that is just a normal standard way of viewing things, and they haven't. Read some Judith Butler. Read some damn Judith Butler. I bet Judith Butler. No, I'm sorry.
Bet she eating bush.
That's right. I bet they picked that out of their teeth and kept it moving.
No. I mean, I'm pro Bush.
I'm
not you know.
No
conservative.
I'm not Ellen. Okay, I'm not going to the tennis matches with my Bush. My Bush is different. My Bush is not a war criminal.
That's
Yeah.
Not that. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, not yet. I mean, I personally don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, whatever I do for myself, that's my business. That's like my personal preference or whatever. But the only thing that I'm like, ugh, is when it's like someone just shaved and it starts to grow back a little bit and you get that
pokes into your face.
Get that nice exfoliation.
Yes,
and that
as you're
rug burn.
going, you get that. Yes, rug burn. You get rug burn. Guess what you don't get with that? Just some nice fluffy bush. It's a pillow.
Yeah.
It adds some like.
You need to learn how to part and braid.
Just part and braid. That's
right. Braid it up. And do what you gotta do.
And what it really is, and you know, I was trying to make it high-minded and academic for a bit and political, but really, you're not a real eater. You're not a real eater.
You're not a real eater if you don't eat.
That's right. What do you mean? You gonna eat what's on your plate, okay?
What do you mean you gotta be smooth like just a baby dolphin? That feels wrong.
That feels wrong.
It feels
literally on your face. It feels wrong.
Sliding up